Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Burj Banter episode of Press Pause with Jouhayna. On today's episode, I have my closest friend. Her name is Sara Maklad. She last week gave you a whole cybersecurity awareness segment because I wanted her to share the knowledge that she had to everybody out there to protect themselves on the internet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Well, welcome, Sara.
Thank you for having me again.
Of course. More than happy to have you here. You did help me with Jenga, so in every other episode, whenever I've mentioned, I'm like, oh, I had a friend and we experimented playing this game. This was the friend. Reveal, ta-da! So thank you for always supporting me and helping me come up with the logistics and the creativity and all the little details because, you know, I'm so detail-oriented. Like even the tiniest little things, I'm like, what, do we do it this way or that way? And you're like, that way. You entertain it. You don't even shut me down. So thank you for that.
You have a really creative mind and you have a vision. You know exactly what you want it to look like and it comes out perfectly.
This is why she's my friend. You should all have friends like this. And if anybody's ever a little bit toxic to you, cut them because that's what I did. And now look at me. So yeah, okay. So, let me go through the rules of the game. I was lost in it. I forgot that I should explain it before anybody who's tuning in for the first time. So, Jenga, 54 hardwood blocks. 54 hardwood blocks. Each block has a question written on it, and it's an 18-story tower. Jenga is derived from the word kujenga in Swahili, which means to build. My mom, and now our mom, is Swahili, and she was really excited about sharing this fact. So that's your word of the day, everyone. Jenga means to build. So the rules of the game, you can only use one hand at a time. And I knew you were right-handed, but I had to double check when you walked in today. So I need to sit you over here next to Bubbles the tortoise. My art creation. Either hand may be used, but only one may touch the tower at any time. You may tap a block to find a loose one, but if you move the block out of place, you must fix it using one hand before touching another block. Remove one block per turn. Sometimes 2 blocks fell out. Great, double question. You can remove a block anywhere below the highest completed story. So this is our highest completed story. The person who draws asks the question for the other to answer. You are the one who said this feels most natural, so we'll go with that. If that changes today, that's also fine. And the clicker team came up with the one lucky piece where as the guest, you get to ask me a question. But if at any moment you want to ask me a question, you're welcome to. Because you're somebody who I met who doesn't like small talk anyway. So you always ask such deep questions. So you're more than welcome to always. And since you're the guest, you get to start.
Okay. See what is cool. Not very stable.
So if anyone's just listening, she's very slowly drawing the block out. She's a careful girl.
Who is your closest friend in mind?
Sara. That's such an appropriate question. I was the first one. I was meant to ask you. And this was not staged, guys. It's not, because we don't do that.
And why?
So, Sara, you are my closest friend. I met you in a time when I decided no new friends.
So you did?
I did. And I remember even when I invited you over for a thought because you moved here, and when we connected and were speaking online, like I promised Stephanie I'd look out for you, so I did my part. So I was like checking off a list. I was like, all right, she said she needs help finding a place. Sara, what's the progress on that? What do you need? And then I would constantly check up on you because I knew you were here on your own, and I know how lonely that can be in a new city. Like I lived in Madrid for a month on my own, and I was like, I don't like it. I didn't like being completely on my own. So I made friends, but still was really intense. Anyway, I digress. I knew you were here on your own, and I just wanted you to feel like you have somebody you could reach out to, even though I decided no new friends. So I would check up on you every day. And then when Ramadan came, I realized you were fasting because I didn't really pay attention to where you were from. I was like, she's American. Her name is Sara. She likes to go hiking. She has curly hair. Everything other than that, I didn't pay attention. And then I was like, Sara, she might be Muslim. So I asked if you were fasting, and you said yes. So I said, okay, come to my house. I'll feed you like with the whole family and everything. So you have that like family vibe during the month of Ramadan. You came into our absolute chaotic family and you stuck. So I was like, all right, that's a green flag. Also, my mom liked you, and my mom has never liked any of my friends. Ever. Like, even as a child, she's like, ugh. Like, my mom's the kind of person to look at a kid and be like, no. Truly. So when my mom liked you, I was like, okay, maybe she's nice. But, like, she's probably going to hurt me, and I'm going to distance myself because I can't go through another friendship breakup because I went through really rough ones, as you know. So you kind of just showed up, and you're like, we're consistent. And I was like, fine.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. And also, you know, the mutual friend that we have, Lucy, I work shifts, so I wasn't able to hang out with you every weekend. And I was like, oh, she needs a friend. So I like connected you with another friend. And then now we're all a friendship group and everything. So, yeah. And the reason for that is just you showed up. My mom liked you. My dogs like you. So now that's the prerequisite. If one of the four don't like you, you cannot be in my life. Yeah, you show up for me in like so many different ways that I never expected. And I feel like I always gave what you give to me to all my other friends in the past. And then I never expected anything back because I'm just the kind of person who's always given. And then you showed up and I was like, is this what it's like to have me as a friend? Oh, as egotistical as that sounds. And I was like, I like it. Also, everybody else who used me before that, how dare you? That was so mean. Really, it was so mean because I just felt taken advantage of. And then it's kind of nice to have that, like, really, truly karma does come back to you. So just keep putting good in the world because when the bad stuff comes, it's not going to be pretty. So I feel like the good that I did put out, the way that I did, even though I was going through a tough time with certain people and they mistreated me, you showed up and you were the good karma coming back in my friendship way. So thank you. Yeah, I think I told you this before, but I'll tell you again.
That's really sweet.
Usually my air kisses do that anyway. But yeah, no, truly, I'm just being really honest. Like, you've been very healing. So thank you for that.
You have as well. You also are my closest friend.
Be jealous, everyone.
But really, honestly, I feel like you, as you said, you just really were just so healing and so open. I didn't, when Stephanie connected us together, I wasn't expecting you to actually like follow through or like text me. You did always check up on me.
Yeah, and I didn't want to, but I did.
Okay,
because I made a promise.
But you did, and I remember when I did finally find an apartment, and you sent over a candle that was like the best candle in the world, and I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, this. Oh, like which candle was it? It wasn't one I made. No, I was still experimenting. It was like this big one. I forgot the name of the place that you got it from, but it had like crystals on it.
Oh yeah, it was a business I found during COVID called the Glow Company, and I've been more conscious of supporting local brands. Yeah,
that was it. And from that day, I was like, wow. Oh, she's really nice.
Oh, to be honest, I even forgot I did that. Like, you were like, I sent you a candle. I'm like, was it mine?
No, this was before you made candles.
Okay, yeah.
But from that day, I was like, wow, that's just so generous and so thoughtful. Oh. Again, something that I wasn't expecting. And just from there, like, you just shown like so much generosity and so much kindness to me that I've honestly haven't seen that I haven't seen before in a friend. So it was very healing. And you made me feel the same as you said, like that I can give that generosity back and not feel like I'm taking I'm not being taken advantage of.
Yeah, you're my sugar sister. Like, I've always been the person to spoil everyone else. So you showed up and did that to me. I'm like, Sarah, this is very uncomfortable. And you're like, I'm uncomfortable receiving the same. So we always say we're going to split it. And then someone always just takes the bill. And then we just decided we'll tally it out somehow. So yeah, you're the first person who I was like, I'll let you. You want to spoil me? Spoil me. It's fine. But I was very out of my comfort zone. Like, I had to do like multiple sessions with my life coach and be like, she's like, just accept it. Just accept the love. And I'm like, I can't. Yeah, but like now I've gotten better at it. Now I'm like, where are you taking me? Where are we going?
But I love planning things with you. And also, you're such a good planner.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love planning things with you, too.
It's amazing.
I think I mentioned something about making a list when we were I think it was Lucy's birthday.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I have a list. You're like, you have a list?
I have a list.
I was like, and you clean?
No, it was. Yeah. And I feel like we just really clicked.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning. And I really haven't felt that before. And I know that I really can count on you. If I tell you, like, I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm stranded, like I need you, like I know that you will come.
Yeah, I will show up.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a shift worker, but work doesn't know that. But yeah, no, truly, you are family. So I'd be like, I have a family emergency.
I need to
yeah, no, truly. No, but again, like I forgot even sending you the candle, and I didn't realize that was your moment of like, oh. So yeah. Oh, alhamdulillah. That's great. All right. What else do you want to compliment me with?
And also when we travel together.
Oh, yeah.
Because you really know someone when you travel with them.
Yeah, true.
And it felt like we weren't even traveling. Like, it felt like we were in Dubai. Like, just like doing the random things that we do.
Yeah, true. And we shared a room with my youngest sister, Mira. And that's the first time I saw you angry. Because she's very messy. Mira, you're so messy, astaghfirullah. But apparently it's connected with geniusness. Apparently. So, yeah, so it was a vibe. So, yeah, I'm just recalling all the nonsense from that trip. But yes, we did travel really well together. And we made a mental note. We were like, we know we can travel well together. So that's also another plus point. So alhamdulillah. And your dad likes me. So that's helpful.
He loves you. Every time I talk to him, how is she doing? And you bought him a prayer mat. And every single time he prays, he thinks of you.
Oh, that's so great. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, like I remember this is the highlight for me. Like you went back to Egypt, you got him like a new iPhone and like everything. He sent you a list of things. He's like, I want it because I want it, and you're my daughter, so you'll give it to me. And you went and you had this whole suitcase haul and everything. And then he's like, take this back for Joe. And he gave you no gifts. I just got all the gifts.
We went specifically on a shopping trip for you.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, like everything you brought back was so good. Like you brought me back a mug, and that's the only mug I use. Like Andy and I actually fight for that mug. He's like, that's my mug. I'm like, Sarah said that's from her Baba, and that's my mug.
It is your mug from him.
Yes, it is. So yeah. Well, thank you for that. I feel great.
Love it.
Next,
I
next
need
block.
to cut
Oh yeah.
this back.
Oh wait, it's
My hand are like shaking.
It's all right. It's probably all the caffeine I put in your mug.
Yes.
I made you coffee.
Yes. This is my...
Have you ever had a nickname? What is it? And what does it mean to you?
My parents gave me the nickname Sarsura, and I didn't
I didn't even know this.
It reminds me of the word sarsar, like cockroach. And
You hate them. You hate cockroaches.
I hated that nickname, but that's what they would call me.
Oh, but just a twist on Sarah?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
it does sound like cockroach.
It does.
Like a female cockroach.
Yeah. So I don't like it. But in Egypt, I don't know about like other Saras of the world, but in Egypt that is a nickname for Sara.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That's the first time I heard it.
But it's not like.
Honestly, I don't even know what nickname to share because every single guest has picked this block, and I've exhausted I have such a long name, and everyone's always given me nicknames. I think the one I would mention is not even a nickname. It was just my given name by my English teacher in school. So she was my English teacher, and she told me I have to learn how to pronounce better, but she pronounced my name as Jouhayna for 4 years. And I just went with it. Yeah. I just gave up. I was like, whatever. So yeah, Jouhayna. That's one of the. I think now every time someone pulls this block, I'll talk about the mispronunciation of my name.
Yeah, that's
Jouhayna. Yeah.
Especially for someone that doesn't speak. Well, it's Arabic and also what other languages?
So Jouhayna in itself, what mom mentioned to me was it's an Arabic name before any religion, before any time. And she was like human Google. So everyone went to her and they were like, Jouhayna, explain this. And she's like, I have the answer. So she was a very smart lady in the village.
Mashallah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'm already toppling the tower.
Yeah.
We're just trying to place the blocks. Great.
I feel like I shouldn't have chosen that side.
That's okay. You can just you can keep it there and just choose another one. All right. You're committing.
With my shaky hands. It is very wobbly. What is your deepest fear?
Oh, literally this is picked in the last episode. Okay. Don't move away from Dubai. Okay? Thank you. And then you see me like moving to Lithuania or something.
No, you're not allowed to.
No. Yeah, I think like just losing anybody I care about, really, like whether it's like astaghfirullah through like passing, or if it's just like they're out of my life and I'm attached to them. So for the longest time, I always made sure if I did attach myself to someone, it was like 95%. So the 5% when they leave, I'm like, bye.
I knew it.
I knew it was coming. Exactly. So I always distanced myself, and I've choosing to be in a marriage with Andy, I like fully gave myself to somebody. And then now I do that with everyone. So I'm being very selective because like now I've opened that like box of love, So I'm trying to be more selective with who I pick and keep around me, because I do give 100% of myself. So I don't want to lose anyone in any way. And also like losing the dogs, like Peanut's getting old. So yeah.
That is very hard.
Yeah. What about you?
My deepest fear is being surrounded by cockroaches. I know that I just talked about that.
Oh yeah.
But like
Sarsura.
Like legit, I like go into like a panic attack.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why they like scare me so much, but I feel like if like one touches me, I'd have a heart attack. Like no joke. Like I would legit have a heart attack.
Oh wow. That's intense. I know what not to prank you with now.
Yeah, no. And it's been nice being in Dubai because there's not really any compared to New York and LA.
True. And you do live on a really high floor, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So inshallah they never reach me.
No. They fly. I'm sorry. That's it.
Yeah, no.
That's the last.
But the ones in like New York and LA, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
Called,
okay.
Thankfully. There were no flying.
No, that sounds really intense. I don't feel like I have a fear like that. Like I don't like snakes, but I wouldn't say it's like, because I feel like I can run away from. I feel like they're not that fast, but maybe they are. I don't know.
I won't comment.
Fair. I already know like the internet's gonna come from you for that comment, but whatever. All right, is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh. Have you ever been in love?
Yes, I have.
That's it. You don't have to answer more. You don't want to. Also, yes. Eyes, eyebrows, eyebrows. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's my love of my life.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, but like romantic love, platonic love's different.
All right. I feel like it's not gonna.
It's all right. Just tap and see what feels right.
It's very. Share a memory that brings you a profound sense of nostalgia and what it signifies.
I'll go with a nostalgic memory I have with you is when I gave you karak for the first time and now you're addicted, even though you have a lactose intolerance.
It really sucks, but it's so good.
Yeah. So it would be that. And every time I've ever given you a cup of karak, you're so excited. Like, you're like the cheapest date ever. It's like, if anything now that they've increased the price, now it's 2 dirham karak, whatever, still.
Expensive now.
Yeah, expensive karak. I'll get you the fancy one as well. And I know you'll be so happy. Like, I could just take you somewhere and be like, you'll be like, okay, what are we doing? And I'll be like, I'm getting you karak. And gosh. And then
you get so excited.
You really do. Like, when you come over and if I'm having a dinner party, the only place I order from is Ali Bai, who tune into episode 1, season 1 to watch his life story. But he makes lactose-free karak.
Yes.
And I always get you 1 dilla alone. So it's like 1 liter just for you. And it finishes and you still have the one with lactose in it because you're like, it's so good. So I would say that would be my nostalgic memory of just like giving it to you and then creating this addiction.
Yes. And the first karak I had was from your sister, Aliazia.
Oh, yeah.
She made the first cup.
She did make the truly adopted family. Yes. Yeah, like, oh, yeah, she did. And I remember, like, I went into the kitchen and she didn't follow the recipe the right way. And it was just, like, a mess all over my kitchen. And I have OCD. And I was like, what have you done? And I'm, like, yelling at her in the kitchen. You can hear everything because it was an open plan house, but I couldn't see you, so you technically didn't hear anything. No. I'm like, yes, what did you do?
I was enjoying the karak. I didn't.
Yeah, you were having such a... And I'm like, it's cold. You gave her cold karak. She's like, it's technically ice. I'm like, shh. But you really liked it. And then I was like, Sarah, I'm going to take you for like a hot cup from the cafeteria. I made you experience the whole cafeteria hound. Can you... That's what I did with Stephanie as well. Like, you're Stephanie, who I met, where we're sat in this like vegan place. And then she just makes a comment to me. She's like, your eyes looked into my soul. And I was like, all right, good for you. And then that's how we started speaking. And she joined the conversation I was having with another friend who I was actually at that cafe with. And then it was a vegan cafe because they were vegan. And I was like, I'll do it for you, I guess. So I had the smoothie bowl, and it was just so like, I wasn't in... For some reason, I wanted it to be hot. I was like, this is sweet, cold soup. I'm not feeling it. So anyways, I was like, I would love like a paratha and a karak. And then when I was speaking to Stephanie, I'm like, stranger danger, you want to get in my car and I feed you? And she's like, yes, because she was visiting from New York for work.
It's surprising that a New Yorker did that.
Exactly. So she gets in my car and then it's me, my friend, and her in the back. And then I was like, you need to experience this. So we go to the cafeteria, honk. And then I wanted you to experience the same. So actually full circle moment, because not to say I do that with everyone, but I did do that with everyone. And that I
still love it. And anytime you take me there, I'm just as happy. Just as the first day.
It's like you're a karak connoisseur now, because we go to different places. You're like, there's more clove in this one.
All because of you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Who did I pick, or did you pick?
I picked and I asked you.
Okay, my turn.
I didn't ask you, or I didn't answer.
Oh, you didn't answer?
You can go.
It's okay. You answer now while I take my block.
I can't think of...
What was that question?
What's a nostalgic memory?
Oh, nostalgic memory. Okay.
I'll say going to Atlantis the Royal with you. Because
that's
like
such a bougie answer. Taking you to Atlantis Royale.
Well, because I talked about it for so
very
long,
true.
and then we finally went, and it was just everything.
It was really good. Like, so they have this like water and fire show. So again, you were like, this is my treat to you. I'm like, absolutely not. And thank God I have your bank information. So I sent you everything and split it halfway with you. But they have this fire and water show. So it's like the Dubai water fountain show, or however it's called. You know what I mean, guys? And then they have fire in it. Yes. They have fire in it. So I stood right in front of it, and I could feel like probably my eyebrows were going to go, but it was worth it. And they put, "This girl is on fire." And I was like, this is a perfect song. And I'm like screaming and singing into it. So whoever was around me trying to take an aesthetic video, they had to put it on mute.
That was perfect.
You're welcome.
It was a lot of fun, and just exploring the hotel, like doing the afternoon Emirati afternoon tea.
Yeah.
The oysters at the Greek place.
Yeah.
All we did was really eat. And the spa was really nice.
We didn't eat. We ate. We went to the spa. We did this like chakra massage.
Oh,
and
yes.
I actually, like, I don't believe in any of it, but now I do, because she did some like ding on my body, and I walked out and I was deranged almost. But in a good way. I was like, wow, I feel so unbalanced, because she balanced me out.
It was a really, really good massage.
Yeah, it was a good experience. But yeah, that's why you're my sugar sister, because we do all these like really extravagantly bougie things. So yeah, but that was really fun. It was worth the hype. Yes. Atlantis the Royale is worth the hype. I sponsor the podcast. Okay, so do you believe in second chances?
I do.
I don't. They mess up now.
Because, and I think that Ali said this on your first episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe the same. Allah is the most forgiving.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair for, I'm going to speak for myself, to not be forgiving and not to give second chances. But within reason. Like if you did something really, really horrible, then maybe not. But true, most cases, yes.
Fair. I don't really believe in second chances. I think it depends on how close to me you are. Right? So I feel like when you're married to someone, you have to. So
it's a commitment.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like,
yeah. So I feel like my marriage has made me a more patient and forgiving person, but just for him.
No one else.
Just for him. He's used up all of my second chances for everyone. No, but really, he's honestly such a good guy. But like, you know, it's just like little things. Yeah. So I've definitely, it's been character building for me for sure. So I believe in second chances for my husband only.
No one else?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's going to make it.
I don't, same.
But
it's all right. Just, I think you have to just slide it. Oh, okay.
What is the best advice you ever received?
It's the advice that Daniel said on one episode, and I forgot half of it, but I just remember the last part where she said, if you don't have inner peace, then you're going to be ugly to everyone else, so have inner peace so you can be nicer, or something like that. So yeah, you haven't watched the episode yet.
No, I
haven't sent you that link yet. But yeah, so if you haven't watched the Danielle episode, go watch it, because she's just a fountain of wisdom. But maybe the advice I do remember is help yourself so that God can help you. And that's also from the Danielle
That's what
episode.
I remember. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she listed like 5 of these things down. And then by the last one, she's like, if you don't have inner peace. And I was like, you're so right. So
that's true.
Yeah. And yeah, just like if you're upset with someone, just pray for them. And yeah, because then also you don't have to deal with them. So just pray for them.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I'd say one piece of advice that I love is actually from you. It was on International Women's Day. Okay. You said empowered women empower women.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think that's so true, especially like for both of us being in a male-dominated industry. That's really important. That we need to uplift the other women.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah. I want to make a catty comment about a recent story I had, but I'm just going to like spare this person. But yes, empowered women do empower women. Yes. Eyes. Be kinder to each other.
Yes.
So yeah, because, you know, like a candle loses nothing by sharing its flame.
Yes, that's also what you said.
Yes.
During that talk that you gave.
Exactly. Yes. So truly, you lose nothing by sharing. And that's why, like, you know, there are a lot of people that have reached out to me after watching the podcast. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm like, thanks. All my 100 people subscribing. And inshallah. And then people are asking me, like, how did you do it and everything. So I've been sharing that information. And the response I get is, I'm shocked you are this honest about how you did it. And I'm like, why should I stop you if I've done the research? I will give you the knowledge. And all because I've given you the knowledge, it's up to you to actually execute. And it is a commitment to execute and stay consistent. And who am I to hold that information from you? If you've reached out to me and I can help, I will help to my best ability, because again, everything is written. So whatever is written for you will work out for you. And my stuff, my nasib is coming to me. So I'm going to share all the knowledge.
That is very true.
So yeah. All right.
I think it's your turn.
It's my turn? Okay.
Oh,
so easy.
Easy one.
Wow. That's a record. When was the last time you felt an extremely strong emotion, and why?
Good question. I would say from reconnecting with SM, I cried a lot of tears of like relief and happiness.
Okay.
And it felt a bit like overwhelming, but in a good way. Just feeling that, like Daniel says, that inner peace.
Yeah.
Was just something I never felt before.
That's so true.
What about you?
So the dogs ran out from the garden, and I had like a full-on, like, you know, I was busy getting ready. I think I was getting ready to come and see you.
Yes, I think you were, because you texted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dogs ran out, but I had no idea. So, you know, they have their dog house. It's air conditioned in the garden for anybody coming at me for like keeping the dogs outside. So there's like kids that like play, and like, you know, it's a gated, family oriented community. So one of the kids was running and then fell onto the garden door, but it was with such force that it opened the door, and all 3 of my dogs ran out. And I had no idea. I'm like jamming out to music in the room, getting ready. Yes. Somebody rang the door.
What would happen?
Exactly. And before I did jam out with music and start getting ready, I was praying. So balance, you know. So while I was praying, the doorbell rang, and these kids, they always ring my bell, and they're like, oh, can I have this? Can I play with the dogs? Can I do this? And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to take from their innocence, so whatever. And I'll open the door, but while I was praying, I didn't open the door. So the kids know if it's really something important, ring it the second time, and I will come to you whenever I'm done with praying or working or whatever I'm doing. So there was no second doorbell ring. So I was like, all right, they were fine. They just wanted to play with the dogs or something. My phone's always on silent. I look over and I see security is calling me. And they're like, ma'am, do you have 3 dogs? I'm like, yeah. So, and then they're like, they're outside. And I was like, no, impossible. So I'm in my pajamas, like literally. So I went out through the garden to check. That's the first place I'd look. All 3 of them run. They come into the house. I'm like, all 3 of them are here. What are you talking about? He's like, no, they've run out. I go in front. I see the garden door is locked. I'm like, somebody else has 3 dogs of exactly the same breeds. And then I go and I open the front door, and then there's this lady who's like, why didn't you open the door? I don't know what. And she has a dog that looks like my dog. And I was like, did she steal my dog? No, she didn't. Mine's inside. Anyway, so then she's yelling at me. And I was like, first of all, who do you think you are yelling at me? And then I was like, put the ego aside. Thank you for bringing my dogs in. Explain to me what happened. Okay, your dogs ran out. I don't know what. And she's like, you need to be more careful. And she was really like going at it. I'm like,
breathe.
do not tell her what you're thinking. So I was like, thank you so much for bringing the dogs in. I'm like, I truly had no idea. And then she's asking me, what were you doing? You didn't open the door. Girl, none of your business. Yeah. So.
And you didn't open the door.
I didn't open the door because I have every right not to open the door. It's my house. Girl, I bought it. So anyways, I didn't appreciate how she spoke to me. It really got under my skin. I did not appreciate it. But I was grateful that the dogs were back in.
Yeah.
So I felt extreme anger, extreme relief. So it's a lot of feelings. But the dogs were safe, alhamdulillah. Like, and also we live on a street where there's cars and stuff. So she's like, I spent 30 minutes chasing after your dogs. Who told you to? Thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
But who told you to?
Yeah.
And I checked the cameras. It was 10 minutes tops. Calm down, lady. So yeah, so
they're safe.
Yeah, so alhamdulillah, they're safe. So relief, rage, ego flared up. And I was like, be better, go pray. I'm like, I need to pray again. I'm like, she took away my last prayer with how angry I got. So it was a lot of different feelings. And that was the last time I had like such extreme emotion. So yeah, because I really love my dog, as you know. Yeah. All right. Did you answer?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I think this is it.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Who knows? Throw on an easy one like you had.
I don't know how it was that easy, honestly. I feel like I'm actually getting good at the game now. It took 2 seasons, but here we are.
All right. This block is for the guest.
Oh.
You get to ask any questions. Ooh, I got it there.
You did. Yay.
All right. What is your first memory?
What is my first memory? Oh, wow. Okay, I need to have a think about that. The first memory I can think of, it's just the first memory I can think of, not my very first memory ever, would be I'm driving to work with my mom. It's a Saturday. I'd rather be at home and like not work, but she told me I have to go to work with her because I have to build that work ethic in me young, la la la. Thank you for doing that, though. It helped.
Yes, it did help.
It did help. It did help a lot. But at the time, I was like, why? Like, I used to straighten my hair. I had a blue streak in it. I had, like, emo bangs. Like, Mom, why would you say that? So that's what I used to look like. No, truly, like, I need to find... I don't know where all the pictures are, but, like, I literally had, like, a blue extension in my bangs.
Like the emo kid.
Yes.
Like from Hot Topic.
Yeah, like heavy eyeliner and everything. So, yeah, and I would go to work with her. And I remember I loved being with the animals. I had a really intense like farmer's tan because of the t-shirts we used to wear, and I was running around. It was a huge farm, and I would have to take the dogs to and from the office, like if they had to do their vaccinations. You know, she was the vet on site, so the checkup. So I was the one shuttling up and down with the other boys who worked on the farm. And yeah, that's the memory that I have of just like working so hard. And I remember being thirsty all the time. I was always so thirsty because it was really hot.
Yeah.
And there was this like neem tree. That's why the whole garden is just neem trees. So I'd sit under that tree because that's where no bugs could get to me, you know, because of flies, and it was a farm area anyway. So I'd sit under that tree and I'd drink some water, and I'm like, this is great. On days that I really like worked extra hard, I remember I used to drink a can of Pocari Sweat. And everyone says it tastes like sweat because it's literally in the name, but that was like my thirst quenching beverage. So yeah, that's the memory.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Such a hard worker, mashallah.
Yeah. I feel like I've never stopped working, like ever. I don't remember the last time I got to just like chill. So
With
yeah.
work not on your mind.
Yeah. All right.
It's your turn. Another easy one.
What does success mean to you, and how do you measure it in your life?
Question. I used to think that being successful in your career was how I would define success, but in the past few years I realized that work is not everything. even though I am still career focused and I still somewhat have that mentality. Yeah. I would say success is defined by how happy you are and how at peace you are, because money isn't everything, work isn't everything, if you don't have that like inner peace and happiness in you.
Yeah, I agree. I think at one point in time, it was not even just career. Money. Yes. Just money. I just wanted money because I thought it would solve all the problems, because growing up, it was tough. We had to work to get the money we made because it was a family business. And if we didn't work, or if one month wasn't as good as the last month, how are we going to pay for school? How are we going to pay for the rent? I've had that stress for as long as I can remember. So I always thought money was the answer. And then I got it working as an air traffic controller. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's not everything. It helps. It definitely helps. Yes. But it's not everything. And truly having that inner peace, as you mentioned, and Daniel mentioned, is the most important thing, and the contentment as well. So, yeah. All right. So, since we're running short on time, shall we play speed Jenga? Yes. So you play until the tower drops, and whoever dropped it,
then they ask. Or then
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe rock, paper, scissors or something. All right.
I wanted to get like one that was going to make it fall, but okay.
It's all right.
Not
just and then you just top it out to the top, right? Okay. You have to play like a cat.
Meow. I'm going to be reckless.
Oh.
All right.
It's okay. We'll keep them there. Okay, let me pick a random one. What is one missed opportunity you wish you had a second chance at?
Ooh. I would say starting a business.
Okay.
And I hope inshallah I get another chance at it.
I hope so too, because then you can be Sugar Sister with a capital S.
Yes.
But thank you so much for doing this episode. And now you've gotten to experience what it's like to be a guest, even though you worked in the background with me as my sounding board, as somebody who gave me all the advice and, constructive criticism I needed in the early stages of this podcast. So thank you. And you truly are such an amazing person. You're not my friend, you're my sister.
Yes.
And I write it with star at the end because you're a star. So yes, but thank you for all you do, and thank you for getting me to learn how to trust again.
Oh, I'm so grateful for you, and thank you for letting me be a part of this today.
Of course. You got your welcome pack before season 1 even started. So I'm just happy that we got the opportunity to do this before you travel, because you're leaving me for a month. So this was a nice bonding experience. So thank you so much. And for everybody who tuned in, really, really appreciate you tuning in. Press Pause family. If you could take a moment to press subscribe or follow, depending on the channel that you're tuning into, it'd be very much appreciated. And until next time, inshallah. Thank you so much for tuning in. And that's a wrap on season 2.